What's up, everybody? Welcome back to MMA Ventures. Big fight card this weekend. From top to bottom, it is loaded. Even the early prelims, they have some really good fights on there. Not really gonna get into the early prelims. I'm just gonna stick to the prelims and the main card, just because those are the biggest fights. So basically, you have Rogerio Bontorin versus Kai Kara France. If you know about City Kickboxing, anytime they are all on the same card together, they're like undefeated. I think it's UFC 234. One other, there's another UFC. There's another UFC card that all three of them fought. Probably the one against Romero. Izzy versus Romero, and they all won. So I mean, I'm not saying a clean sweep again, but I think Kai Kara France, he got caught in a submission his last fight, so I feel like he's gonna bounce back and have a point to prove against Rogerio, and I think he comes out on top of that fight. I'm gonna kind of go fast because it is a big card, and I want to get into the bigger fights as quickly as possible. So the next fight is Joseph Benavidez versus Askarov. Man's got two of the same first names. Uh, Poor Joseph Benavidez, because he just gets fed to these killers constantly. He gets Figueroa twice and loses. What I don't know what we see from Benavidez coming into this fight. I know Askarov is undefeated with one draw being his only blemish on his record. So I expect him to go out there and probably dominate the fight. I know he's a very strong wrestler, but Benavidez is as well. So this might be like a big strike, one of those striking fights that we don't expect to be a striking fight, but because they're so good at wrestling, both of them are so good at wrestling, it's going to become a wrestling or a stand up affair. So in this fight, I got Askara, just because he's younger, hungrier, and it's like Joseph Benavidez. It's not like he's on his way out, but he's on his way out. He's had his shot at the belt. I don't see him getting back to the belt anytime soon. Unfortunately for Joseph Benavidez. But yeah, and if he wins, he's just the ultimate gatekeeper. They're not going to give him a shot unless Moreno wins, and then even then, it's kind of like he's fought for the belt so many times. He's kind of got that Uriah Faber effect where, you know, he's fought for the belt millions and millions of times, and he's just, he can't get it done when it matters the most. So that's why I'm going to go Askar, just for that fight. Next you have Song Yadong versus Kyler Phillips. This is a banger of a fight. A lot of people are overlooking this fight. A little bit over or underlooking? Maybe overlooking, I would say. Just because, Song Yadong is a beast. Same with Kyler Phillips. This is going to be a banger of a fight. Kind of looks like Jesus, not going to lie. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough fight to pick because I think Song Yadong is a better fighter. You never know in MMA. Kyler Phillips can catch him with the freaking anything. So it's a toss up fight. If I'm betting, I'm going Song Yadong just because of his experience, and I've seen him fight more recently. I really haven't. I can't remember when I saw Kyler Phillips fight, but nonetheless, whatever. Song Yadong is my pick for that one. Next, you have the main prelim, which the whatever it's called, uh, Dominick Cruz versus Casey Kenney. So Casey Kenney, up and coming fighter, very impressive his last few wins. Dominick Cruz hasn't won a fight since 2016. Kind of upsetting. I believe that fight was against. He beat TJ Dillashaw. That was his last win. Then he lost to Garbrandt and just Cejudo, I believe. Yeah, just Cejudo. So I don't know what type of Dominick Cruz we get. It's very tough to say. I'm gonna go Casey Kenney. He's younger, hungrier. I don't. Cruz has got so much other stuff going on. It just doesn't make sense for him to continue fighting. If he wins, awesome. If he loses, he has other things to bounce back on. That's the thing. Casey Kenney doesn't have nothing else. That's why I think he's gonna be more hungry, go into this fight and win. Um, Moving on to the main card, you have Diago Santos versus Alexander Rakic. This is a very good fight as well, and a big fight for 205. Santos coming off that disappointing loss after like a 2-year layoff against Glover Teixeira, which is no knock to him. Glover Teixeira's on a winning streak, you all know. Rakic is looking like a beast coming up in at the 205 division and just killing the game. Um, Such a pick 'em fight again. Like that's the great part about this card. They're all such pick 'em fights. Um, I don't know. I don't have a pick for this fight. I just hope it's a banger of a fight. That's what I'm gonna say. Um, Moving on to Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober. So the odds on this one are crazy because I get Islam's very good, but Drew Dober is a fucking beast as well. So it's kind of tough to be like, oh, Islam's just gonna mop the floor with him, which is what the odds say. I don't agree with that. I put some money on Drew Dober just so you all know. So that's my pick. I'm going Drew Dober. I like Islam. I don't think he's the second coming of Khabib. I know his wrestling's really, really good. Same as Khabib, and he's got the DC hype, but he trains with DC, so it's like kind of very biased for DC to say, oh, he's the next Khabib. He gets the better. It's like we get it. You train with the guy. So Drew Dober is my pick for this one. Moving on to Peter Yan versus Aljamain. Aljo's a beast. I'm going Aljo. I don't. I'm not impressed by Peter Yan. I mean, he's beaten Aldo, Uriah Faber, Jimmy Rivera. I'm pretty sure he beat, but they both beat him. But they both beat Jimmy Rivera. I think Aljo takes this. I really do. I think he's going to pressure him too much, and I don't think I don't know. We don't know what Peter Yan looks like backing up, and I feel like that's what Aljo's going to do: back him up, take him down, and probably get a submission. I would say round 2 or 3. That's my guess. Um, but yeah, so my pick Aljo, have him in a parlay. We're all good. Um, Next, you have Amanda Nunes, Megan Anderson. Obviously, the odds are saying that Amanda's just gonna mop the floor with this girl. Who knows though? It's 145, so if Amanda wins, it's like okay, we're done with 145. Probably the division's gone, and then that's it. But Megan Anderson has the tools to beat her. She's long, she's lanky, she's got great submissions off her back, good boxing. So in MMA, I would not be surprised if Megan Anderson wins. Um, but I would not be surprised. I believe Amanda's gonna win, probably convincingly. She just hits too hard. So Amanda's my pick right here. Next, you have the main event: Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya. Um, it's gonna be a very interesting fight. Israel weighed in at 200 pounds. Jan 205, obviously. I don't think size is gonna matter in this fight as much as people are making it out to be. I think Israel comes in, does what he does, and he gets the win. Straight up, that's what I think. Jan's a great fighter. He's 38 years old though, a little bit on the older side, and he's a slow, like block forward type guy. That's what Israel loves. So Israel's gonna come out, just be a sniper like usual. Probably get him in the second and third round, TKO. He did say if Jan tries to take him down, he's gonna submit him. We'll see if that happens, but yeah, I don't think Jan's gonna actually go for a takedown. He's gonna make the same mistake everybody does and tries to trade with Israel, and then Israel's gonna expose his striking. So those are my picks for the fight. I think my parlay is Israel, Aljo, Drew Dober, and then I have one more pick. Who was it? Oh, Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is a big underdog against Sean Brady. Sean Brady's a beast, but Jake Matthews, come on, bro, he's a beast too. So that's my parlay. I think it was like $30 to win 1,300 or something like that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Peace.